Hello everyone and welcome to our second video in Chromebooks, introduction to Chromebooks I should say. Just to remind you, in the first video we looked at what a Chromebook looked like, how you open a Chromebook, how you basically turn a Chromebook on, and how you log in. And remember, when you log in with your clearance credentials, it would look more like this. It'll have like the clearance symbol, but if you were able to use your personal credentials on your own Chromebook, it'll look the way you set it up as well. So there are some differences in depending on how you log into it or which account you use to log into it. And that's the exact same thing for students as well. When they log into a Chromebook, it would look at the same interface as this. And we're going to talk about how you set it all up, because what the beauty of a Chromebook is once you set it up and you organize your apps and you make it the way you want it to look, no matter which Chromebook you log into, it will always look that way. So nothing's really being really installed in the machine as such. It's more the way it looks like in the cloud. So if you log on to different devices, it will pretty much look the exact same way as it does when you set up this Chromebook. So that's kind of the great features of using Chromebooks in the classroom. Okay, so let's kind of browse around, like what are we actually looking at here? This bottom layer is known as your shelf, and these are where all the apps are. And I left this one pretty much blank. This is pretty much the way it's going to look as you set up your Chromebook for the first time, or the way a student will view this as they set up their own Chromebooks for the very first time. Basically, you have some apps that are already loaded. You have your Chrome browser. You have Gmail, which for faculty doesn't really help you because you really can't use it. But for students, it does work. Their email is tied to a Gmail account, and they can email only within the domain of clearance, meaning they can receive email and they can send email to other people in the domain. They cannot receive it outside of it. Now, if you're using certain apps and certain tools that require students to receive an email from outside of it, you can get those what's known as whitelisted by the district, meaning that it will actually allow them to receive email from outside of it, but you have to get approval first. For example, my students take a class on American military history, and it's actually a course that they get credit through Niagara University. So I had to get Niagara, allow a Niagara to actually send email to our students, and that had to be done from the IT standpoint. This also has Docs here as another app, and Google Drive here, and then YouTube certainly. Right now I'm using Video, that's why you see this, to record this screen, and I'm making a screencast where I'm recording my audio, my voice certainly, and what I'm doing on the screen to share a video with you. Now that's a whole nother topic, which I offer some courses on as well, but here we'll just focus on what a Chromebook is. Okay, on the bottom right-hand side, you have some things here where your time is and how much battery life and your Wi-Fi connection. If you click on that, it's going to show you that you're logged in, what account you're logged in under. Here's another place where you can sign out. Now, if you just press sign out, it will log you off the Chromebook, but it won't turn the Chromebook off, okay? I'll just log you out. Okay. You also have your keyboard. You can play around with that if you want an international keyboard, or if you actually wanted to add some different features of the keyboard, certainly you can play around with that. If you have what Wi-Fi network you're connected to. Now, the ones from the district will all be standard. They'll be on the CCSD wireless. They won't be on clearance Wi-Fi, but I will tell you, if a student logs onto a Chromebook and it won't allow them to go anywhere, make sure they check which Wi-Fi network it's connected to. For some weird reason, every once in a while, they'll want to try to connect to the clearance Wi-Fi, and it won't go anywhere. They have to be on CCSD for at least clearance users, okay? There's a Bluetooth enabled, right? And right now I'm recording Video, so that's why you see this. You also have the volume button here. Now here on this side, you actually can turn the Chromebook off. If you click on that, the whole machine would shut down. It would log you off and shut the machine down. If you want to lock your Chromebook, so maybe just you want to leave it and make sure no one else can get into it, you can just lock it. You have to log back in to get back onto it. A help area, and then your settings area. We'll come back to settings in the next video, okay? Now, also on this other side, the bottom left-hand side, you have this. This is the Google launcher, and they're going to change it pretty soon. But as of now, this is what it looks like. You can actually do a Google search right here. You could press on the microphone and do a voice search right from your Chromebook as well. It shows you some of the apps that are here, and then it has all apps. And this shows you all of the apps that are right now installed on your Chromebook. Now, I pretty much left this the way it was out of the box, basically, the way you logged into District for the very first time. And these are all the apps you're going to see installed. Now, we're going to talk more about what you can do and how you can move things around and how you can install your own apps. But this is the way it actually will look. And what's nice, no matter which Chromebook you log into, it will always look like this. And if you make any changes here and move anything around or add other apps, no matter what Chromebook you log into, it will always look like this as well. Okay, we're going to talk about that in the next video, how you can kind of customize this a little bit more for yourself. Okay, and we're also going to talk about this green button down here, which is your VMware virtual machine. And this is a great feature we'll talk about later on, where you can basically log into your HSpace and log into a Windows desktop, basically, and have all your Windows programs like Office and Word, PowerPoint if you use all of that, or even some of the Adobe products, and you can sort of get into all this. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Okay, so if I just press escape, it will get out of there, and I can close it down there as well. All right, so that's some of the basics of what looks like on your Chromebook as you first log onto it. And our next video, we'll talk a little bit more about the settings and how to use the app launcher. Okay, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.